Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. Happy Wednesday. Yes, it is another Wednesday. Thank you for coming and listening. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to love, like, subscribe, and share so we can get to so many people and make them healthy. Today we're going to talk about something that you already know about, something that you should already be doing 7 or 8 times a day, and that's in the least to keep you safer from them. So what do you think we're talking about? Comment below. Comment below. What do you think we're talking about? So this is a question, and I've asked this before. Why do we get sick? What are the causes? We get bacteria, we get viruses, fungi, parasites, right, etc. What else? Comment below. But where do we get these things? We get these things from our environment, I believe. Remember I said genetics is a very small part, but we get this stuff from our environment. And what if your immune system is not healthy? How is your immune system, right? Mine is pretty balanced and is getting healthier every single day so I can fight things. But how is your immune system? How are your first lines of defense working for you? Which is your skin, which is actually the hair in your nose, your GI system, especially if you have vomiting and diarrhea, right? Your GI system saying, hey, something's going on. Your respiratory system, these are your first lines of defense. What does your respiratory system make you do? You cough or you sneeze if something tries to get in there, that little tickle. That's actually what that is. Your body's trying to get rid of something that shouldn't be there, something that's tickling you. Most people tell me that they're healthy and that they eat healthy, but still, everybody is at risk. Normal weight people, people who exercise 6 or 7 times in a week, balanced people, people that eat right, people with good genes, people that are healthy, and people that are unhealthy. Everybody is at risk. There are over 45,000 diseases and illnesses accounted for in the world today. And I think there's more than that, because they come up with new ones all the time. But 45,000 diseases and illnesses. Remember, everybody is at risk. You can't say, oh yeah, no, not me. No, you can't do that. So what is the most effective, necessary, simplest method to prevent and decrease the side effects of disease and illness? And those side effects also include time. And those side effects also include money. So what is the easiest, most effective? Comment below. Come on, I know some of you know, right? Hand washing, absolutely. Hand washing. I'm so glad you got the answer right, most of you. That's awesome. Thank you for commenting and trying, absolutely. But hand washing, I'm so proud of you. And the whole world thanks you, or do they? Do you and your family wash your hands? Some of the things that I'm going to be telling you during this podcast, you're going to flip out and say, what? Please don't turn it off, though. Listen to me. Do you wash your family? Do your family and you wash your hands? Do you do it at the right time? Do you do it correctly? Today, we're going to talk about the importance of hand washing. We're going to talk about when to wash your hands. And then we're going to talk about how you actually wash your hands. And I know you've heard this a million, thousand, trillion times, especially since what happened in the last year. But please listen to mine. And then we're going to have a little quiz at the end. Absolutely. This is going to be fun. Hand washing. So first question, make sure you get out your little special notebooks that you have. First question, when is the last time that you washed your hands? Are your hands clean? When's the last time you washed your hands? When's the last time you washed your hands? Hello, parents. I'm Chatty Cathy. I'm a mommy too. One of the things that I taught my child when he came home from school, and hopefully he still does it, I don't know, he's in college now, was to change his clothes when he came home, right? From outings or from school, it doesn't matter. Besides cleaning up and washing his hands, right? Putting his stuff in the hamper, because you know that lid to the hamper is really, really heavy. Let's lift it up and put your clothes in there. Clothes come in contact with more than you can imagine. Now, I know you wash your hands after you help your child change their clothes, after school. You wash your hands after they've been sick. And I know you wash your hands after you change a dirty diaper. But think, this chair, but think, maybe you should wash your hands before you change that poopy diaper. Think about it. Where have your hands been? When is the last time that you washed your hands? What can harbor in your body if you don't wash your hands? 80% of common infections are spread by not washing your hands. Nearly 50% of the food-borne illnesses are preventable if you and they just wash their hands correctly. Some of the bacterial infections of the respiratory system that we can get, like pneumonias, not washing your hands, you can get that bacteria in your GI system. Excuse me. Inflammatory GI problems, Crohn's disease, stuff like that, right? You can get problems with your brain and meningitis, right? You can get eye infections that are bacteria. You can get skin infections that are bacterial. Staph and MRSA, remember those? How many people come to the hospital with those things, right? Many, many bacterial infections because you didn't wash your hands or you picked and scrubbed, picked at things, right? You can also get viruses from not washing up. How many times do you touch your face in a day? How many times do you think that you touch your face? What about your kids? They come up to you and they want to hug you and they want to smother you with kisses and oh my goodness, absolutely. So how many times do you think now, right? Some of the respiratory viruses that we can get are any of the flus. The flu is a virus. It's not a bacteria for the most part. It's a virus. RSV is a virus that children get too. Chickenpox, that's a virus. You can get viral eye infections too. Conjunctivitis can be bacteria or virus. It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but it can be also both of them. Those are all viruses. So when is the last time that you washed your hands? The CDC reports that if you wash your hands, it can prevent about 1/3 of diarrhea-related illnesses. And it can actually help with 1/5 of respiratory problems. What if you have a weakened immune system? You have the ability to use a first-line defense against diseases and illnesses if you wash your hands at specific times and you wash your hands correctly. You could possibly kill 85 to 90% of the bad bacteria and viruses on your fingers and your hands and your forearms before it makes its way into your body, into your haven. And yes, you have to wash your forearms too. Don't you look at me like that. You have to wash your forearms. Think of yourself as a surgeon. Come out of the bathroom like this, all cleaned up, right? Everything dripping off your elbows. That's where it's supposed to be at the end, right? It's also very important to me to act with integrity and honor. Make sure you wash your hands so you don't give anyone else your cooties. Please, thank you. Where have your hands been? When's the last time you washed your hands? Now, there are times when you should wash your hands before you do things, and we're going to list some of those. Most of you already know some of them, but if not, whatever, comment below. Before you do anything, what are you supposed to wash your hands, right? So we know before you eat, before you cook, before you put your makeup on, before you brush your teeth, where have your hands been? Before you touch your face or before you touch your body, before you hug your children or touch your children, before you hug or touch any newborn anything, you better wash your hands. And before you come in contact with an elder or somebody with a poor immune system, and you might not even know they have a poor immune system, right? And please, please, please make sure that you teach your children this or anybody else who needs to know this. There's people in the world who cannot wash their hands. And you know how often they get sick and they actually pass away? They just don't have the fresh water. They don't have the clean water. Be grateful that you actually do, right? Make this practice a habit so you do it all the time. And it's actually your right to ask somebody if they've washed their hands before they've come in contact with you, your family, or your food. If you actually think it hasn't happened, why not ask them? You might make them mad, but you might make them, think about washing their hands, right? Now, the times to wash your hands after you do things. So after you touch animals, of course, because animals do whatever they want to do with whatever. After you take out the garbage, absolutely. After you sneeze or after you cough. After being in public. In the public, name things, name places that you can be in public. Things you don't even think about. The mall, church, grocery store, school, hospitals, elevator buttons. Oh my goodness, the bacteria and stuff on elevator buttons, handrails, hand sanitizer carrier things, absolutely, on your credit cards, on your cell phones, on your water bottles, on your pens, on your pencils, and the list goes on and on. Please comment below where else you can get bacteria from your environment. Make sure you wash up after you touch raw animal products if you're cooking meat for dinner, right? And clean off the countertops and everything right. When you're preparing and cooking food, wash your hands, of course, after you go to the bathroom. But ladies, what are you going to do in that bathroom? Not me anymore. Absolutely not. I'm past that stage. But what are you going to do in the bathroom? Maybe you should wash your hands before you go to the bathroom, right? I always use a clean piece of toilet paper to flush the toilet. I don't touch the toilet. And make sure you stay out of the vicinity of the toilet flushing unless the top is closed. There's something called a toilet plume. Plume is it French? I don't know. A toilet plume. Let's say it's French. Toilet plume, which is actually a wet spray that goes into the air when the toilet is flushed. And it's filled with whatever was in that toilet at that time. And you have to flush a toilet several times for the water to actually be clean, even if it looks clean. A few articles I read up to 6 feet that it can spray out on the walls, on the bathroom stalls, on the doors, on your legs. Ew! Oh my God. I don't even know what else to say. Look it up yourself. You will definitely close the tops to your toilet anymore. If you do this simple thing, this necessary, effective opportunity to better your health, it could potentially stop you from catching bacterial infections or viral infections, especially bacterial infections in which you actually might need to take antibiotics for. Remember, antibiotics are for bacterial infections only, not for a virus, not for a cold. You don't take antibiotics. If you have pneumonia because of that cold, that's a different story. But not for viral infections. Antibiotics are for bacterial infections. And how long do those medications and treatments affect your GI system? Watch my microbiome lecture, right? How does it affect your immune system after you finished it? And how long? Not a good thing. And I ask again, when's the last time that you washed your hands? Remember, some of the soaps actually don't kill the bacteria or viruses either, or the parasites or whatever the heck's on your hands. All the soaps do is wash it down your sink, right? Some of them kill them, some of them don't. They wash it down the sink. So make sure that you clean your sink often also. So now we know why it's important to wash our hands and when to wash your hands. Excuse me. So let's think about how to wash your hands. And I know you've heard this 1,000 million times, whatever. Just listen to mine. And how to wash your hands is very simple. And it's very fast, right? Water, soap, rub, add friction, 15 to 20 seconds. And make sure that you get every single spot. That includes your wrists, that includes your forearms, that means underneath your nails. You have to clean it all. And then you rinse. And then turn off the faucet with your towel so you're not touching the sink unless you're at home. I mean, it's up to you. And then make sure you dry your hands. And make sure you dry your hands good, because damp hands are actually going to grab onto dirt and bacteria faster, right? And you're going to learn why and the difference in a minute. So that's 1.5 to 3 minutes. That's it. And you're going to be done washing your hands and making yourself healthy and helping somebody else also, right? Okay, I found my list. Now, hopefully I can actually read my handwriting. Okay, so here are the questions, and I want you to answer and comment below, okay? So, what do you use first? The water or the soap, and why? Do you use warm water or hot water to get the germs and bacteria and viruses and icky stuff off your skin? And why do we use moisturizers? Why should we use moisturizers, right? And what percentage of people do not wash their hands? What do you think? And I know you guys have time to look it up, that's fine. But answer below, comment below, and we're going to go through this in a second. Thank you. Okay, the answer to the first question, what do you use first, the water or the soap, and why? Okay, so you're going to wash your hands because they're dirty and they have germs on them, right? Our hands have natural oils. If you put the soap on first, you're actually adding soap to oil, and it doesn't mix together. The soap does not really get onto our skin. Also, oil repels water, right? But if you mix the water first, get your hands wet, and then the soap, they actually break down the oil on your skin, that little barrier. A good little chemical reaction, absolutely. Then you add a little friction to all parts of your hands. Remember I said finger, wrist, and all that stuff. And the dirt and the opportunistic things go away for the most part. And you wash 15 to 20 seconds. So water and then the soap together. Don't put soap on your hands first. It doesn't work that way. So do you use warm water or hot water to get the germs off of your skin? If you use too hot of water, it actually damages your skin cells. And eventually, the cells and the bacteria on our skin are not going to be healthy. Our skin is the biggest organ, and it's a very important organ. It's one of our first lines of defenses against the environment. It's a huge, beautiful organ that we have to take care of. It's your first line defense against survival from the outside world, right? It protects your body. It needs to be intact, not cracked or dry. So, more water that's warmer is going to be better. And I'm not saying don't have a hot bath every once in a while or sit in the jacuzzi. That's fine. Just manage your times. But when you wash your hands, it should be with a warmer water, not bursting hot, right? Okay, third question. Why do we use moisturizers? Because moisturizers protect the skin by adding, hopefully, depends on your lotion too, a healthy barrier to keep the bad stuff out and to keep water and good nutrients and our beneficial bacteria in. You have to moisturize from the inside out with what? Fresh fruits and vegetables, with water. And you have to moisturize from the outside in with non-toxic lotions, waters, and oils. I love coconut oil, absolutely. Organic coconut oil. You can swish it around in your mouth and it kills bacteria. It makes your teeth white and it helps your cellulite feel a little bit better too, right? Okay, what percentage of people don't wash their hands? So in 2018, I found out that 31% of men and 65% of women wash their hands, right? So 65 to 69% of men and 30 to 35% of women did not wash their hands after going to the bathroom. One good thing, actually no, one great thing happened because of this pandemic is actually people started washing their hands a lot more. Up to 75 to 80% or so, that is what they say, actually wash their hands now. And of course, 95% of the people say that they do it and they do it correctly, but do they? Some people think that rinsing your hands in water is cleaning. A small amount of stool can hold trillions of germs. So when's the last time that you washed your hands correctly and at the right time? So the question maybe should be, whose private parts have you touched today and you don't even know about it? You gonna wash your hands now? Ugh. Wash your hands more frequently, drink more fluids, especially when you're around your loved ones. or people that you come in contact with, you're sick, right? Wash your hands. It keeps everybody safe. It keeps your loved ones safe. It keeps them healthy, right? I'm sorry about that private part thing, but actually, when I did this lecture in college, I wanted to actually change the title to Whose Private Parts Have You Touched? But he wouldn't let me do that. Think about it, though. Remember, too much of a good thing is not a great thing either. So you don't want to wash too much. 4 or 5 times with hand sanitizer, and that's it. You need to use soap and water after that. And if you need help with hand washing issues, please speak with your healthcare practitioner. Some people wash their hands way, way, way too much. We have good bacteria on our skin that needs to stay, okay? You are the best prevention. Spread the word, not the disease. When's the last time that you washed your hands? Please love, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for listening to me again today. We're going to be starting, maybe the next podcast is going to be on diets or sugar. I'm not sure. But we'll find out next week. Thank you so much. Our new saying is love, like, no, it's not. It's love, learn, and take control. See, I get all these things up. Love, like, subscribe, and share so you can tell the whole wide world. And for you, it's love, learn, and take control of your life. And you can do it. And I'm here to help you. We are here to help you. Thank you so much for listening to my lecture today. Hopefully I didn't gross you out. Maybe, hopefully I did. I love you very much. I'm Chatty Cathy. We'll see you next Wednesday. Bye. Mwah.